I have a really fun tip for you today. If you've watched several of these videos, you already know that it can be really easy to turn off a craving. But you may have already experienced how easy it is to step right back into that craving. That's because our brain loves patterns. Our brain loves to do things on repeat because it's really easy. Just knowing this is going to help you start to recognize patterns of having cravings at certain times of day or in response to certain events in your life. It shows you just how good your brain is at automating. Many of the tips I give you every day show you how to short circuit that automation and turn the craving off. But unless you turn something else on, that craving will come right back again. So today is all about how to turn something else on in the place of that craving. You already know that two things cannot occupy the same place at the same time. So if you are filling yourself up with this new thing I'm going to show you, that craving will go away all by itself because there just won't be room for it. In previous videos, I've given you several different off switches for a craving or anxiety, like 7-11 breathing, or the peripheral vision exercise, or the bilateral stimulation. Today I'm going to show you a new off switch, and it's kind of a fun one, I think. What I'd like you to do is just put your hand up in front of you, a few inches from your face, and just stare at that hand. Stare at it intently and intensely, perhaps finding one spot to focus on. And as you are staring at that spot, just allow your focus to soften and notice the space between your first finger and thumb. Notice the space between your other fingers. Notice the space between your hand and your face. Notice the space all around that hand. Notice the space between my words. Notice the space between your thoughts. Notice the space between each moment. Notice the space around you. Notice the peace that comes from noticing this present moment. And now bring that hand to your heart and just notice the sensation of having your hand on your chest. Perhaps even being aware of the beating of your heart. Notice how this presence is a perfect off switch for whatever you were experiencing before. And just keep noticing the space of peace in this moment. And now let's turn on gratitude and just send a thank you for noticing the feeling of your breath. Just say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Imagining your entire body saying thank you. As you begin to notice so many things to be grateful for, things you didn't notice a few moments ago. Notice how much better gratitude feels. And every time you do this, you begin to train your mind to make a new automatic habit of gratitude. And you might have to do it over and over and over. And there might be thoughts in your head that say, this isn't working. Why do I have to keep doing this? But know that that's how new habits and new patterns are formed. Just doing it over and over and over. As your mind now memorizes the habit of gratitude in the place of craving. So that if you notice yourself feeling stressed out or notice yourself at that time of day when you used to crave, now you express gratitude instead. And it can be just as simple as thinking thank you to yourself. And now I want to show you how to make it even more automatic for your brain just to naturally prompt a gratitude habit for you. Every single time you notice yourself switching from craving to gratitude, and you can do it just by holding your hand up and noticing the space between your fingers, the space between your hand and your face, and that switches off the craving, and then you switch on gratitude. And notice how that it just makes it easy to stop craving. Instead of using willpower, willpower does not work in the long run. What I want you to do when you notice yourself doing that is congratulate yourself. And it can be just as simple as saying, "Good job!" Because when you really pay attention to an action that you take and you put emotion in with it, your brain wants to repeat it on autopilot. This is why guilt is so ineffective, because when we are feeling guilty, we're paying attention to something we did wrong and we're putting the strong emotion of guilt in with it. And it actually tells our subconscious mind to keep doing that thing we feel guilty to. So now, as you switch to a habit of gratitude instead, you're going to notice that it just starts to get easier and easier. It might not be easy right away, but I want you to stick with this, because with repetition, you will begin to create new patterns and new habits on autopilot. I'm Lori Hammond, and I would love for you to follow me wherever you're watching this video so you can get more tips and encouragement like this every day. If you enjoyed this video, I would love for you to share it, and I hope you have an amazing day. Want to get to your goal weight without using willpower? If you'd like to release cravings easily and make food decisions from a place of self-love, I would love to give you my Tiny Tweaks weight loss training. You'll discover exactly what I teach my clients to let them step out of a diet mentality and experience peace with food as their body automatically releases extra weight. There is no charge. It's my gift to you for being a subscriber. Simply message me wherever you're watching this video and I'll send it to you.